The Saturdays, of course, we have decided to make topics a little light, general topics for people, problems that people face. And today, the fear of death and disaster. Don't underestimate the topic. Don't wonder whether it's a spiritual topic, but you all fear death and disaster, don't you? So, this is my first question to you. Do you fear death? Do you fear disaster? Do let me know as we move forward. Sip Dasi, Sip Sachiv, Shiba, and Mini Air, Sip Rutanu, Rumataji, Alak, and Soham. Sip Rekha, Jyoti, Girish Ananda, Pix, Sarojandra, Krishna, and Rajanand. Sip Ahem, Sip Prakash, Premchand, and Siji. Sip Sukhi, Harshal, Samatma, Rajkumar, Sip Gigi, Sagai, Kabalji, and Ashok, and Bliss. Sip Siva, Soham, Sita, Manisha, and Viresh Ji. What an ordinary topic, right? What an ordinary topic. Such an ordinary Saturday evening topic. The fear of death and disaster. Such a simple topic. Tell me honestly, what do you all think about death and disaster? How many of you fear death, fear disaster? Oh, this will go wrong, that will go wrong. How many of you have got this fear? I will lose my money, I will lose my love, I will lose somebody, I will be sick, I will get diseased, I will get cancer, I will die, I will lose, I will lose all that I own, all that is known. These are common things, very, very common, very common. Fear of death and disaster. Ashwin and Sachiv. Let us, and Samatma. Ashwin, Sachin, and Samatma. Let us start. Interesting conversation today. Yes, please.
Well, this is a pretty wide subject to a certain extent from my point of view.
Yes.
And it's very important because you have talked about karma, rebirth, and all that. If we think about that, then how do you deal with disaster and suffering relating to karmic cycles, basically? I say karmic cycles because you used the word karmic during one of the sessions.
But
And
actually, Ashwin,
also,
Ashwin, actually, I'm taking something very simple today. I'm asking you, do you fear death and do you fear disaster?
answer to question is yes, because
Everybody. Everybody
yeah,
fears death.
how can
Everybody
I
fears.
how can I spiritually prepare for death without being consumed by fear? So if you look at the death and fear, they are uh, and disaster. They are all part of one subject, really.
So what I'm saying, actually, what's the topic of today's discussion? It's such an elementary subject, right? Such an elementary subject. So simple that every human being in this world actually fears disaster and fears death. For example, today, just now I saw somebody send me a WhatsApp saying one man in Patna was entering his house, a scooter guy came and shot him dead when he was entering. A businessman in Bihar was shot dead. Now, there is fear. There is fear, for example, if somebody's house was burnt in LA, then other people would fear. What if my house was burnt? So all the time there is fear, either of disaster or of death. For example, you hear that what's that guy's name who passed away in London on a polo. So this, they play with a bee sting and a heart attack, or some young people. You hear it every day. So the subject is, how do we spiritually deal with death and disaster? That is exactly the simple subject. So how do you deal with it?
Well, it's very difficult to deal with it. Having said that, one of the things you covered in your one of the Zoom calls is this question of impermanence. And I believe that it is a start for me anyway, because I'm as you know, I'm आपका चेला हूँ, छोटा 6-year-old guy, and have to learn things. And you've been talking about impermanence and acceptance as well. And as far as the death is concerned, I'm not worried about it now, because one of the things that you covered during the various Zoom calls is this question of karma and rebirth. And it's quite a long, you covered it in a very lengthy way, one way or the other. And I believe that really, I don't need to worry about the death. And the fear is dying because this imperm is arising. Obviously, the fear arises, but it starts going down as you start accepting it.
So these calls are supposed to help us to become stronger and stronger and stronger in dealing with the topic like this. Right?
Which
So
I'm
let us
not
see.
strong at. I'm not
No,
strong at that.
you can't be strong, Ashwin. You can't be strong of it at it unless you become expert in the subject, unless you are thorough in the subject.
So how do you transform yourself? How do you?
Can I tell you something truly? I was paranoid. I was paranoid of death and disaster. I used to have sleepless nights, right? Till the
Miss,
time
miss,
when I realized that I will never die. When I realized I will never die, this body has to die. Ashwin, the body will die today or the body will die tomorrow. So if the body dies today or tomorrow, okay, it has to die. So what? What's the big deal? It's not easy. My saying it, please don't make it look like it's so easy. But the fact is this, it's just like me telling you that if the servant went to your kitchen and ate away your breakfast, are you going to become paranoid about it? You're going to say, how does it, damn it, matter if the servant ate my breakfast? It hardly, damn it, matters. Because I'll get something to eat. It's okay. It's okay. It's not a big deal. All I'm saying is that we have to reach that state of awakening. We have to reach that state. And that is what we are trying to talk today. So you watch. You want to say something more? Let's move on and see how the day goes.
no, I think I want to see how it goes. Yes,
Yeah, it's very important to pay attention. By the end of the call, you must tell me how you feel
but
by the end of the call.
okay, done.
Say something. You want to say something.
Yeah, I was going to say that I'm sorry I took up this time before some
No,
of
no,
the
no.
other people.
It's a fantastic introduction. You've given a superb introduction to the topic. So now let's move. That's why I told you, with your permission, now we move forward. Sachin, come on, tell me. Let's see how Sachin will come like a hero. Sachin will come and give you one heroic answer now. Yes, Sachin. What do you have to say of
Shivam,
death and disaster?
Shivam, Shivam Guruji.
Sure.
We never die, so there is absolutely no, fear of death. And also disaster, once you're in surrender form, we are in complete surrender form. So it doesn't matter anything. Nothing
Sometimes
matters. Nothing
sometimes I
matters.
feel I feel you are more enlightened than me sometimes.
No, no, not at all. Not at all. It's just your
Because
grace, nothing else.
you're so confident in how you say things. मुझे डर लगता है कि
No,
am I
no, no,
making
no,
some
no.
mistake?
Not at
Am I
all. Not
making
at
some
all.
mistake? No, because
Not at
Sachin,
all.
let me tell you one thing. I know you're a very positive person and you're very evolved in your, at least in your awareness. I don't know in your life. I can't, but in your awareness, you have evolved a lot. But death can frighten anybody. Death can frighten anybody. Disaster can frighten anybody. And disaster can be anything. Suppose you see somebody hand is got cut. Oh, for a moment it will shake you up. It will just shake you up.
Guruji, it's a celebration moment, Basically, you have an opportunity for unification with God. So how it can be a fear?
As I told
Cannot
you,
be a fear.
theoretically you seem to be very evolved. Let's ask Samatma. Samatma, what do you feel honestly about death and disaster? Let's hear Samatma, Bliss, and then Premchand ji. Premchand ji, आप बताइए. Samatma, Bliss.
Shivoham.
Shivoham.
I love all the divine souls here. Really, fear of death is only because we think we are the body which is going to die. But as we realize your bhajan that says, मौत की सच्चाई क्या है, हम कभी ना मरते हैं, हम इस शरीर से मुक्त हो जाते हैं, and Atma, we are Atma, so we never die. So when you realize the meaning of this, then there is no fear of death. And when you live in total surrender and acceptance, knowing that everything that is happening is a prasad, then even the disaster you overcome disaster easily. Really, I had and very intense fear of death because I remember when I was in the second standard, one of my classmates had died, and that was stuck in me. But afterwards, as I joined this class, the sessions, I realized that its intensity started decreasing, and now I don't fear it because I know I'm going to be liberated at the time of death. Because it's only my body which will die, and I'm not going to die. So
So
now
there's
that fear,
no fear at all.
now the intensity became less, and now I have come to that place that I will face it because
So
everyone
how much
leave
is
this body.
intensity? From 100 is gone down to how much percentage now?
From 100, it came back very slowly, but now I can say it may be just 5% remaining. It's very
Good.
less now.
So I'm happy. I'm happy. I don't think it may be 5%, maybe 10, 15% according to my evaluation from this distance. Because Samatma, intrinsically, a human being is afraid of death and disaster.
Yes.
Intrinsically. And how can we overcome this fear of death and disaster? When you are fully enlightened, when you're fully liberated, then you're free. If you're fully enlightened and fully liberated. So I want honest feedback from everybody today. That's why. Thank you, Samatma, for being there. Bliss and Premchandji. Bliss, what do you feel? And then Premchand.
Hi, Shwan dear. Shwan, everyone. Love you all.
Yes, my dear.
I have fear from catastrophe and accident and everything, but I have survived many accident car, many bike accident. Even last week, I was inside Uragan and everything. I was driving my car and take a video and everything of the Uragan
But
inside.
now you still have fear, or you don't have any fear now?
I don't think so. I have fear or something because I know the life it's not there for stay, and life is the disease mortal. So I don't think so. I know I will die, but it's not me. It's my body will die, and I know it. So I'm not feared to die.
Sure. Even now.
No.
Ready to go now? Are you ready to die? Ready to die now?
Yes.
Nope, no need to wait.
I have many things to do, but I have an urge to do list. I would like to do. I have to make a bike in the desert. I want to make a ride of camel and everything. But if I have to go, I have to go. It's not my choice. It's my karma.
Good. Thank you. Thank you, Bliss. प्रेमचंद जी बताइए, प्रेमचंद जी आप क्या बोलते हैं? Fear of death and disaster.
Shivoham. So long we have selected, we have decided to go to this path where there is no body, mind, ego. The question of fear of death does not arise for me at all. Even that I daily request, please do come, please do come, please do come. So question is, this is only for the world which believes in this Maya. Otherwise, there is otherwise for others like we people, there is no fear of death, and when there is no fear, there is no disaster.
आपका कुछ डर नहीं है, आपको कोई चीज का डर नहीं है या कोई चिंता नहीं है?
कोई चिंता नहीं है सिवाय इसके कि कभी कभी बॉडी परेशान करता है.
वो ठीक है, वो मैं मानता हूँ, वो उतना तो मैं मानता हूँ, बॉडी परेशान करता है, लेकिन कोई डर कोई चिंता जाने का, प्रभु के पास जाने का?
ना कोई चिंता है, ना कुछ, नथिंग आई हैव टू डू, नथिंग आई हैव टू वेट, नथिंग. मतलब आई एम सिंपल eating, living, and remembering I am safe for Shivam.
And you are now 84, 85?
Pardon?
आपकी उम्र क्या है अभी? 80?
अभी मेरी उम्र तो मेरी
हाँ 85, ठीक है. So good, Premchandji, you are a good example for everybody in the call. where you have got no fear. Thank you for being with us. Thank you. Play Rajkumar ji. Rajkumar Siba, God's Will, Atmadeep, Mohan Puja, Robata ji, Subramaniam, and Chotwani. Yes,
Wrong, sir.
one by one we will go. Yes, please.
Maybe as you mentioned, I do agree uh, that if you are in the material stage, material world, there's a fear of death, and there's a fear basically. Once you become enlightened, then definitely you are on a spiritual journey. So there should not be any fear of death. So if I say from my point of view, just started journey for awakening. So I have fear. I don't want to die before I enlighten basically. So
Okay.
the time frame what we have, whether it is sufficient or not. So that is one worry. And second thing, maybe I don't have fear of death because I have done the most of the things which one can do as a successful life, or maybe family and everything. So nothing is any fear that my family will suffer or something. But sometimes I feel due to my death, my family should not suffer. Suppose somebody is maybe some different place and other things, So they should not suffer for getting the things done, or whatever has to be done as a material. So these are small worry because of attachment.
So
So
your first point is very positive, that you don't want to die before you get enlightened. ठीक है, वो एक
yes,
अच्छा
yes,
point है.
yes,
But
yes, yes.
second point, that you are worried about other people. It's like you are worried about the movie that is playing. वो तो movie चल रहा है.
Because attachment, no. So I have attachment with family members. So once I get enlightened, so maybe if you have attached detachment, we had maybe just to be practice, which is maybe
Yeah.
it is on the path, journey path,
No, you are.
awakening path.
Yeah,
So
and you're quite committed. You're quite committed to this journey. I mean, every day you are there on the call. So I think, please pay attention. I know you're driving, but this call will help. It's very important for us on this call. How does enlightenment deal with fear of death and disaster? How is enlightenment? This is why I'm asking everybody to give their opinion. Thank you, Rajkumar. Siba?
and
Yeah.
and second thing, I have seen. I'm not driving, sir. Actually,
Good. Okay.
so I'm just sitting.
Yeah.
So in my ups and downs. So I definitely believe in that whatever is unfolding, finally always I'm forward basically in my life, in my journey. So I'm very positive and optimistic. Things are going to be positive.
Okay.
Only I want to speedily recover the time frame to become awakening person.
Okay. Thank you. Right, Rajkumar. Thank you, Siba.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Pranam Guruji, and lots and lots of gratitude, Guruji. Guruji, fear of death. Guruji, am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Guruji, fear of when we are in samsara, fear of death and many things is there, Guruji. And but when we are in the stage of awakening, Guruji, death becomes celebration. So at that time you realize कि I am not BME. So और वो भी realize होता है गुरुजी कि खाली हाथ आया है और खाली हाथ जाना है गुरुजी. The other
तो
aspect,
आप एक दिन में कितने बार डरते हैं?
गुरुजी मैं नहीं डरती. मैं किसी से भी नहीं डरती गुरुजी, खाली मेरे लड़की से डरती हूँ, बाकी किसी से नहीं डरती हूँ.
तो लड़की के तुम्हारा अपनी तृष्णा के लिए तो तुम बहुत डरती हो ना, कि उसको क्या होगा, मुझे कुछ हो गया.
उसके लिए ही डर रहता है. पर गुरुजी अभी उस दिन आपने बोलने के बाद कि उसको मत दुखाओ, ये मत करो, गुरुजी वॉश्ड अवे एवरीथिंग. गुरुजी सब कुछ अपने आप ही चला गया और मैंने जैसे छोड़ दिया ना उसको बोलना, गुरुजी वो अपने आप ही सब कुछ कर रही है गुरुजी. फ्रॉम 2 or 3 days I didn't spoke a word also कि ये कर वो कर वो कर, उल्टा ज्यादा कर रही है गुरुजी. So I must be thankful to you. And गुरुजी I have seen death की अभी अगर डेथ होता है किसी का तो गुरुजी मैं सब कुछ ऑब्जर्व करती हूँ कि क्या वो बॉडी के साथ करते हैं क्या नहीं करते, तो वो भी रियलाइज होता है गुरुजी अपना भी ऐसा ही होने वाला है. तो बिफोर बिफोर दैट गुरुजी अपना काम खाली कर लो, अपने जो भी फ्रॉम सेल्फ रियलाइजेशन, आई हैव टू मूव फ्रॉम सेल्फ रियलाइजेशन टू गॉड रियलाइजेशन, जो भी है वो काम उतर लो. तो गुरुजी आई एम फास्ट इन दैट मैटर गुरुजी.
Okay, thank you, Siba. God's will and Atmadeep. Mohan Pujar and Ru Mataji. Yes, continue. Yes, God's will.
Shiva Hangsip, what a great honor to be with you today. So,
Yes, sir.
I noticed that the subject is fear of death and disaster.
Yeah,
It's not a question, it's a point for discussion.
correct.
And I think many people, when they read this, they think fear is a bad thing to get rid of, where actually I think it's a gift from God that that the problem, what's happening in society, is they're keen to get rid of it. It's like the pilot in the aircraft. He wants to turn the warning signals off because they create a lot of trouble, and he wants to fly recklessly or he wants to drink or whatever, where fear is our survival, and we should actually, if possible, make people alert to the danger, not unalert. If you're aware of the danger, of course you're frightened, but it's safer to be aware of the danger.
So should we have fear of death?
Yes, definitely you should. If you're in danger, you should be afraid. If you're not in danger,
But why should you fear death?
if you're in danger, you should definitely fear death. Yes, definitely.
But you're never going to die.
Well, the body is in danger, and so this is.
But you're not the body. So then if you continue to fear death, then you are going to continue to fear something which you're going to fear death of the body, which you are not. And
See,
yeah.
I see the title like a kind of koan, like a kind of puzzle. It's something to reflect on and to be alert of and to consider.
Actually, let me ask you a question.
Yes,
I'm asking you a direct question. Do you experience fear of death and disaster?
Definitely, I do, yes.
So this is the point. Why do you experience this fear of death and disaster? I mean, I used to do it a lot. I'm telling you honestly, I used to have a lot of fear of death and disaster, a lot of it.
Yes.
But why do we have it?
Because we are not. Because we're in danger.
Because we are not in consciousness of the truth.
Exactly.
We are not in consciousness of the truth. And this is why it's very normal. I don't think it's abnormal for people to have fear of death and disaster. It's very normal. Very normal. Specifically, some of you may be having a relative, very near and dear one, who is not well. 2 days back at 2 o'clock in the morning, did I tell you? At 2 o'clock in the morning, I got a call. My father rushed to emergency. I had to get up at 2:30 in the morning and go to the emergency. This must have happened about many times when it was a call and you said that I can't breathe. And so obviously you run to the hospital, you go to the emergency ward, you call a doctor, you do everything possible. But how do you deal with the fear of death and disaster? This is a very important point of contemplation today. So the moment if this is going to keep troubling us, that means that we have opened the door. The mind is still there. The mind is continuing to infect our consciousness with the virus, with the infection.
Yes.
You get my point, Bill. Actually, you know that you're the divine soul, right? You ultimately you know that are you going to die or you are immortal? What do you know?
Don't talk about me. I am in deep trouble.
No, why you have a doubt that you're the immortal soul? You still have any doubt?
I'll have to talk to you privately about this.
Okay. So the point is, as long as we think we are going to die, we are going to be very afraid of it.
Yes, sir.
If the moment there is the feeling that I will die, this is going to give us sleepless nights. If the moment we believe that I will get cancer, I can get cancer, or it can trouble us, it can trouble us. The moment we are attached to somebody and that somebody is going to leave us, it can really give us, it make us so miserable that we can't eat, we can't sleep, we can do nothing. How do we deal with this? So this is my question. Well, let's ask Atmadeep. Thank you, Atmadeep. I want you all to contemplate on this very important discussion, Saturday evening discussion, fear of death and disaster. Atmadeep.
Pranam Guruji.
Um,
Earlier I wanted to say those all points, but सबने वही सारे points बोल दिए हैं, and now I'm confused.
See, what are you confused about? Do you experience fear of death and disaster? Yes or no?
Currently, after so much, I mean, इतनी practice की है मैंने, so now I'm ready to go. Like that is there, but the fact which is there is कि जो काम हाथ में है वो complete कौन करेगा? As in the projects or anything that which is going on in life. तो फिर इतना मैंने टारगेट सेट ही क्यों किए? Like why are we working in such a manner? That's the question currently with me.
Yeah, because we are not in the consciousness that this is a Maya, this is a Leela. We are not in the consciousness that everything is a projection. Everything that is happening, I am not I. Are we in that consciousness? If we are in that consciousness, then there is no fear of death or disaster. Very difficult. I'm not making it look like it's very easy. I hope I'm not making it look very like today. Oh, it's so easy. Am I making it look like that? No, I'm not
नो
telling you.
सर एक दोहा भी है ना, मतलब वर्स है भगवत गीता की जो आत्मा के ऊपर ही है, नैनम छिदन्ति शस्त्राणी करके, कि जो इसे
हाँ,
ना जला सकता है ना काट सकता है, वही वाली बात है. बट
ठीक है.
वी गॉट टू नो, वी हमने सेल्फ रियलाइजेशन के लिए कॉन्टेम्पलेट कर लिया, गॉड रियलाइजेशन के लिए भी, ऑल थैंक्स टू सिचुएशनशिप्स ऑफ लाइफ की पता है अब. बट स्टिल देन जो टारगेट सेट कर लिए हैं या जो काम, लाइक वो जो थ्योरी है आपकी भी कि दैट वी डोंट डू समथिंग, somebody else, I mean God is doing, we are the divine instruments, but to how long will we be the divine instrument in the hands of God? That is the question.
आत्मजीत, आत्मजीत बोलने के लिए बहुत इजी है. ये जो बोलने के लिए इजी है, ये मुश्किल नहीं है. बट आई एम आस्किंग practically, do we experience fear of death and disaster?
डिजास्टर डेफिनेटली,
हाँ.
बिकॉज अभी यही लैंडस्लाइड हुई थी, यहाँ पे हैवी रेन था और मुझे ड्राइव करके जानी थी. तो यस ऑफ कोर्स कि क्या होगा, वापस से ओपन मिलेगी रोड या नहीं मिलेगी? सो
हाँ. This is exactly what I'm talking about. See, theoretically, इस कॉल में theoretically हम सब अभी सच्ची वाक्य बोलता है, अरे क्या फंसिया होगा, हाँ क्या मैं थोड़ी मरने वाला है, चलो कुछ भी नहीं होने
सो
वाला.
एक थॉट तो प्रोसेस एक ह्यूमन लेवल पे रहता ही है कि सेकंड थॉट्स आते हैं, तो वो तो है. अगर आप इसे फियर यस कहना चाह रहे हैं तो हाँ हाँ बिल्कुल फियरफुल हूँ मैं. बट वो वाला फियरफुल नहीं हो जहाँ इंटरनल मिजरी फील होने लगे मुझे कि अरे मैं मर जाऊंगी टाइप, वो
No,
नहीं
that
रहा.
I know.
उसके लिए
So you're
थैंक
not,
यू सो मच.
no, you're not paranoid. You're not paranoid. मतलब वो fear आपको हर पल तक नहीं कर रहा है. It's not every moment that is troubling you. ऐसा नहीं है.
जी बिल्कुल, वो तो सॉल्व हो
लेकिन
गया.
लेकिन बैक ऑफ द माइंड में थोड़ा सा डर है, कि हल्का सा डर है कि
इट्स
ये ना
नॉट
हो
लाइक
जाए.
fear of death. It's like losing on this life after realizing the reality of the life. Like we are the divine instruments, so can we be like big help to those who really need it through me? Something like that.
Okay. Okay, good. Thank you, Mohan
Thank you.
Puja, Rumataji, and Subramaniam. Mohan Puja.
Yeah, good evening, Guruji.
Yes, good evening.
Though I do realize that I'm living in an illusionary world,
Yeah.
I do fear about death. Sometimes when it comes to me, but not round the clock, 24/7, 365 days. It's not like
Okay.
that. But I do fear, about the death, about the death, which I try to overcome by reading, quotes of Vivekananda ji on fear and fearless being fearless. How do we live, in this world? And by interacting with the Guruji like you, to get enlightened, to overcome, the fear about the death. But I'm not worried about physical disasters, like any physical disaster in the sense, in the materialistic world. if I do face any disasters, I can take head on. I will be able to face, head on. I'll be able to take it on. Not an issue at all. But I do fear, about the death. Once in a while, definitely it comes to me. Yeah.
What may I ask? What work do you do, Mohan Puja?
Now I'm retired now. I was with Hindustan Petroleum Corporation. I'm retired. I was settled. I was in Bombay about 10 years back, 12 years back. Now I shifted, to Bangalore. I've settled down
Okay.
in Bangalore now.
Okay. So what I'm asking is, why the reason I asked you this, many people who are younger, who are in their career, who have got families. So that's why I asked you. Being retired, you're a little bit more easy because okay, it's okay. But some people who are battling life on a minute-to-minute basis, children have to get married, children want to go to career, then they find that and then what if I fall sick? What if I don't support my family? But thank you for sharing one. Thank you for sharing. Rumataji and Subramaniam.
Pranam Guruji.
Pranam, बोलिए माताजी.
प्रणाम गुरुजी. I am पहले तो शायद डर लगता था थोड़ा बहुत, but after coming in contact with you कोई डर वर नहीं है. That is the reality of life. One who takes the birth has to leave. He has to die. So there is no question of any fear now. And about disaster, also Prabhu ki इच्छा, आपकी इच्छा पूरत हो. And we have to accept everything as prasadam.
I know that you have been facing recently a lot of challenges in your life. Colonel जी कैसे हैं? Colonel emergency में थे, ICU में थे अभी ठीक.
But at that time ऐसा ही feel हो रहा था कि बस अभी he is about to leave. पर फिर thank God he is revived. पर Guruji, I was not scared. I was having your support, your himmat. So
Because you
everything.
went through, when you go through an experience like this, and you've been having challenges, many family challenges, वगैरह वगैरह. तो
गुरुजी घबराई नहीं, मैं ज्यादा घबराई नहीं. थोड़ा बहुत तो होता है, पर I was trying to take it.
okay, very good, Rumata ji. तो
गुरुजी, you have guided us so nicely ना. अभी तो मतलब ना बहुत कुछ reality of life समझ आ गई है. मतलब अभी कोई डर वर नहीं है किसी बात का भी.
So this is important. What I'm trying to say, practically being able to deal, it's not so easy. It is
Yes.
not very, I'm telling you, it is not very easy. Oh, death and disaster is a reality of life, but
Yes.
how to remain in consciousness? How to remain in consciousness during a period where there is a near death in our family or there's a disaster unfolding in our life? How to deal with it?
Yes,
This
Guruji,
is,
you have given us all the support and all the wisdom how to deal with it.
Naini
Other
Mataji, I may give you the support, but it's not for me to do it. You have to be able to do it.
no, Guruji, behind the back support is there. No, you are okay. You are in consciousness also.
Yeah.
So
So if you follow the guidance of your mentor, and if you are in that consciousness, then you can deal with it in the right manner.
और
But
गुरु
not, yeah.
गुरु की वही कपलेट मैं तो बोलती हूँ, जिस मरने से जग डरे मेरे मन आनंद, मरने पर ही पाइए पूर्ण परमानंद.
Okay, good, Rumataji. That's a good thing that you have. We have Subramaniam. And Subramaniam, I think, I'm not sure, first time question, or Subramaniam, are you new to the call? Welcome.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Yes, I am new to the call. In fact, today is maybe the second day.
Very good. How did you come on the call?
Sorry?
How did you get to know about this
Yeah,
call?
that's a good question. In fact, Tuesday this week, when we went to a crossword or that particular bookstore,
Yeah.
there was a big thing where it talked about AiR.
Okay.
And me being in my life, who has been living in present always. I'm an obsessed optimist. Okay, in my life.
Okay.
And then I saw this book, right?
Yeah.
That it is showing be happy in the now.
Yes.
And for me, the reason I bought it because I could understand more, but I know for sure there will be something more than maybe what I did. Right?
Okay.
So then that's how I got introduced. Then I searched in internet and I saw this link saying, every day at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
And today, I happened to be free. I said, okay, let me join. And yeah, fear of death. Certainly, I think you read my mind earlier. I had a fear of death during my working days when my kids are still young.
Yeah.
Now, when my both kids are finished their education, really, I will tell you now, I don't have fear of death.
Very good.
Fear of disaster is there because that is right. For me, I felt fear of death is for yourself, which might happen to, what will happen to the kids. Now, the fear of disaster, I take it as not the natural disaster, which I don't worry because it is not in my hand.
Correct.
Right? Only thing is I can protect others, but no point in worrying about it.
Correct.
But I do worry, what if, my kids, they don't take the right decision in their next, whatever the future they are going to do.
Correct.
But what helped me is the optimism, saying, you know what? There are things which is not under your control.
Correct.
And because I was reading some of these, for example, in Kannada, right, there is a DV Gundappa, there is a Mankuti Manakagga and all those things. That helped me a lot. So definitely I had a fear of death. Certainly during my, working days now, I am also retired just, about 10 months ago. It got reduced a lot. And still, sometimes it still happen. But only one thing which I'm keeping myself and humoring around with my friends is, I want to live for at least for next 30 years.
Okay.
That is keeping me busy. You know what? Why do you have to worry about death? Let's see what we can do.
Yeah.
But definitely, I'm liking this, the meeting, whatever you guys are having, and questions are coming in. I'm hoping, definitely it will add to my own, thing, or maybe I will start doing it differently.
No, please join whenever you can, 8 o'clock. What we try to, just to tell you
Okay.
this, people fear death because people think that they will die.
Yeah.
In reality, we don't die.
Correct. Yeah.
In reality, when you see somebody die, what you say? Okay, he passed away. So if he passed away, that means who passed away? In Hindi, they say chal basa. Chal basa means
Correct.
he left the body and
Yes.
he is gone. That's why you must have had experience. We burn the body of our own near and dear ones.
Correct.
If that was them, why would we burn the body? Would we ever burn them? Why do we burn them, Subra? We burn them because they have left the body and gone.
Correct. Yeah.
So in this call every day, we try to attain self-realization and God realization.
That's
so
good.
I'm sure that you can add to the call by coming and asking your questions and also participating. I'm happy to have you.
Sure. Thank you. Yeah.
Please do join us whenever 8 o'clock every day. This call 7 days a week. Please
Sure,
do
sir.
join us.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, Subra. Ashok Chotwani. So like we have got different persons, like we had Subra coming in after reading a book. The challenge is there. There is fear. Like, but about how Subramanian said that earlier I was worried about my children, but now my children are settled. So I told Mohan Pujar, you are already retired. What about somebody who has taken an EMI for the house, EMI for the car, EMI for X, Y, and Z? Now they are worried. If I don't had go to job tomorrow, then how will I pay my bills? How will I pay my installments? So there's a lot of people are living. And what about people who are afraid of dying? Oh, they look at some dead body and they say, will burn me. No, they will not burn you. They will burn your body. You are not the body. You will not. Ashok Chotwani and Soham.
Shivam, sir.
Soham.
Sir, nowadays I have no fear of death and disaster.
Okay.
Previously, before attending Zoom call, I have a great fear of death and disaster. But after attending Zoom call regularly since last 5 years, I have realized that I am divine soul. Soul is supreme immortal power. I will never die. My body will die. Further, I also realized everything is happening as per law of karma. So we have to accept and surrender. I myself have surrendered totally to Shiv. At present, I am living a peaceful life and trying for EFE. Nowadays, even I console my relatives who have lost their dear ones, that a person who dies immediately take birth. We should not be too dukhi. We have to accept and move forward.
Very
This
good.
is my
But
answer, sir.
Ashok, thank you, Ashok, for your beautiful note. So tell me, actually, Ashok, practically you have no fear of death or no disaster. कुछ भी डर नहीं है.
No, yeah. No, nowadays no fear, sir.
Nothing at all.
Totally, I have surrendered to sick.
Okay, very good.
And I also surprised sickness doing my all work also, sir. Everything, initiation, I get answers from SIP, sir.
Okay, good. I'm happy to hear you. You're speaking after a few days, but happy to hear you. Soham, thank you. Soham and Karma.
Shivam
Soham?
Guruji.
Yes, sir.
Sir, I am awakened truth, but still I am not enlightened and liberated from the mind and body. So still, sir, yes, I have fear of death and disaster. Because
Very good.
there is difference between, sir, difference between in realization and only knowledge.
Correct.
And I am not fully liberated from mind and body, and I am still attached to samsara, sir.
Very good. Thank you for being honest. So, Soham, this is exactly why I let this topic come today. See, death and disaster can become an indicator of your level of enlightenment.
Yes, sir. Yes.
As you grow from AFA to EFE. AFA means, for those who are new, awakened, fully awakened, to EFE, enlightened, fully enlightened. As you are growing in this journey, the fear of death and disaster will slowly disappear.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And this is what, Soham, for you, it's very nice that you're being honest. So please keep this as an important parameter. Okay, Soham. So as you become more and more conscious that I am the immortal soul, as you become more and more conscious that nothing to worry. Why should I worry? It's like a drama. ड्रामा में इन शोले मूवी अमिताभ बच्चन मरेगा या गब्बर सिंह मरेगा, क्या फर्क पड़ता है? नो डिफरेंस, इट्स जस्ट अ मूवी. But it's not very easy for me to tell you this. But for you to live like that is a challenge. And this is what I come every day, 8 o'clock. Every day at 8 o'clock, I come here and I try to make you stronger and stronger. Every day, this is the greatest wealth of our life. Self realization, God realization, enlightenment. This is the greatest gift. Unfortunately, we have not realized this. So, Soham, anything more? Thank you for being very upfront. Otherwise, we'll go to Karma. Thank you. Karma and then Aham.
Shivoham AiR.
Shivoham.
There is no fear, only prayer. A few years back, I had a very close brush with death. And to this day, I still wonder, at that point also when they were taking me to the hospital, to the emergency, I was conscious and praying that either I should just go in one swift end or live. I don't want to be on bed, suffering in pain for whatever. And here I am talking to you after so many years. So I still say no fear, only prayer. It's always
Okay.
prayer, death, disaster, whatever. Yeah.
Okay, good. So I'm only leaving you with a point. Prayer also must be non-dual. The prayer is to the one who is inside me. And when the prayer is so close between me and the Supreme that is within me, then this fear of death and disaster will dissolve. Thank you, Karma. Prayer is a good answer. Aham Sip and Kamalji.
Shivoham Guruji, I
Shivoham.
love you and bow down with reverence to you and all SIP on the call.
Yes.
Guruji, in knowledge and understanding, I don't have fear of death and disaster. Every morning, every night, and during the day, I don't know how many times I say, तुम ही सब कुछ जानत प्रीतम तेरी इच्छा पूर्ण हो, सुख में दुख में मेरे प्रीतम तेरी इच्छा पूर्ण हो. But just now, about 20 minutes back, during this call only, my grandson was making drawing here. I picked up his color pencil and fiddle in my ear, and the lead broke in my ear. So I got panicked. क्या हो गया? उस टाइम भी आ रहा है कि जो होगा होगा नहीं, don't worry, but Still, I just wanted to
So,
share this.
so
जब
this
moment
is not.
आता है वो तब टेस्ट होता है.
See, so this, therefore, see, so therefore, what happened now was a real good fear, a good positive fear in the sense कि वो lead अंदर मेरे कान में अंदर गया तो नहीं है, ठीक है. उसके बारे में चिंता करना is not good. अभी क्या है? The problem is fear up to a point of fear being a trigger. It's not bad. It helps us to overcome danger. But the problem is the mind. It creates disaster. Oh, ऐसा होगा वो lead अंदर चलेगा, अंदर जाएगा तो फिर कैंसर होगा. So this is how the brain, the mind is wired to do like this. And so I just told a few members, I said, the death and disaster, fear of death and disaster is a good parameter for our growth. We have to be able to overcome it strongly. क्या होगा? मरना तो है ना. मतलब हर इंसान को तो मरना है. Everybody must die. So what's the big deal? What's the big deal? This we don't keep this in our consciousness. If we have this in our consciousness, that means we are living more enlightened lives. So thank you for sharing. Kamalji and Rajanand. Then Bliko and Satish. And Rumataji second round. Yes.
Shivam Guruji.
Shivam, sir.
So again you called me sir. No, I don't want to be called as sir.
Okay.
Just
Okay,
Kamalji.
Okay, Kamalji. बोलिए.
I am in no fear as we have no control on death and disaster. I had near-death experience twice in my life that didn't leave any impact on my psyche. It didn't make any difference. I feel as long as I have worked as divine instrument in the lifetime, that shouldn't bother me. So I am prepared to go now.
No, there's no कोई डर नहीं, कोई डर चिंता कुछ नहीं है.
तो मरने में क्या डर है?
नहीं, मरने नहीं और कोई डर चिंता.
नहीं, कुछ नहीं. I have done enough what I wanted to do in my life. So I'm prepared to go now itself.
Okay, that's a good thing. Rajanand, thank you, Kamalji. Rajanand and then Bliko. Fear of death and disaster. Yes, sir.
Sir, yes, I had a lot of fear, apprehensions, which would cause me a lot of anger, a lot of misery, a lot of worry. That was evident before coming to the call on my face. So now there is nothing like that. Because the fear and apprehensions are traits or vikaras or जो vrittis of mind. Instinctive होते हैं ये mind के साथ. तो they can be only dealt if any such inimical situation arises, जिसका एक result fear हो या apprehension हो, that can be only dealt when you are in consciousness so easily. So with the result that there will be no, उसी में response भी अच्छा होगा, everything. कोई apprehension नहीं रहेगा, कोई fear नहीं रहेगा अगर हम हमेशा will try to be in consciousness. Sir, I was 3-4 दिन से I was in हिमाचल में था मैं सर. तो वहां पर बोल रहे थे गिर गया, वो पहाड़ गिरा, ये पहाड़ गिरा. I had to come after 2 days. Instead of being apprehensive, being I was in consciousness, I decided to leave today. मैं कहा चलते यार, टेंशन नहीं रखेंगे, चलेंगे, घर आएंगे वापस. एंड हम आराम से आज वापस आ गए जम्मू. So that but there was no fear, there was no apprehension, because तभी तो फिर फायदा ही नहीं है हमें इस काल पे रहने का अगर हम if we still carry apprehensions, if we still carry fears, because these all are traits of mind. That means we are again in mind state. So,
actually, what you're saying, let me add a point here. As you evolve in the journey of awakening and enlightenment, somebody said very beautifully, who said it? The art, I think Chotwani said, surrender. Who else said it? Surrender is very, very important. And we are not able to surrender. We are not able to surrender because we want to control things. But we cannot control things. How can we control? We cannot control a landslide. We cannot control a tsunami. We cannot control a fire. It's happening. But we can control our reaction. We can control our reaction if we are going to be in a state of consciousness. तो अगर हम सरेंडर करेंगे, जैसे आपने कहा, एक बार हमने अर्पण कर दिया, प्रभु वहां मंजूर है, कबूल है, जो भी है.
आई डोंट रिमेम्बर एग्जैक्टली, आपने एक बार वरी पे बोला था कुछ लास्ट ईयर. अगर वाई टू वरी, अगर आप कर सकते हो ठीक, कोई सिचुएशन तो करो ठीक, देन वाई टू वरी. नहीं कर सकते हो, देन अगेन वाई टू वरी. इफ इट्स बियॉन्ड योर स्कोप, तो देन वाई टू वरी. So it's not that we should not worry.
So I'm just saying, I'm just telling all of you, please keep this as an important parameter. Fear of death and disaster, if it is appearing in your life, that's a problem. You need to overcome it. If you want to overcome it, ask in the call, because
now for fear of death, sir, I will like to, sir, convey you that fear of death, personal death. I think Rajendra Pandita is already dead, not fully, or maybe fully. And this is Rajananda, who will never die and who is never born. Because ये ज्ञान से ही हो रहा है. इतना ज्ञान हो गया 2-3 सालों में डेवलप कि अब तो वो बॉडी माइंड का कॉन्सेप्ट है ही नहीं. ऑलमोस्ट इज देयर नथिंग. कभी कभी आता है गलती से तो उसको भी वो वापस कर जाता है. सो देयर इज नो फेयर, बट इट इज, हाँ रेस्पॉन्स है. कभी गाड़ी स्लिप हो जाती चलाते चलाते कुछ लगता है तो shaking is there, but we react it in a conscious way. Okay, let me do like this, let me turn like this. ऐसे हो जाता है. It's not that और बस हार्ट बीटिंग कभी होती नहीं. पहले हार्ट बीटिंग हो जाती थी, डर लगता था, अब क्या होगा ये. It's nothing like that.
Thank you, Bliko and Satish. I hope we have at least 2 more questions. Bliko and Satish.
Shivam, love you all.
Yes, sir.
Almost all the points are given, but fear is a false expectation appearing real. So there should not be any fear. And I believe when you are AFA, if you are sincerely AFA, there should not be any fear. Forget about enlightenment is the second step, but first the fear has to go when you are AFA. Otherwise, you are not supposed to tell yourself AFA. If I kill my name, it's not only just name, Bharat, but it is the kill of my thought as I am body, mind, ego. That is gone. When I'm living as Bliko, then I can say I am on the path and I am progressing. Otherwise, like you said, it is a barometer, it is a test to all the people who are on spiritual path, that fear has to go down, 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 and go up to zero.
Okay, just to tell you, so very good point you brought about. So an awakened person may have fear and death and disaster, but if you are enlightened, you will not have. So just telling you, it's also, so an awakened person knows I don't need to have fear, knows I will not die. But if the fear comes, that does not mean they are not awakened. They are awakened, but they are not enlightened. Why they are not enlightened? Because they are failing in implementing that awakening. So that is more in our
and to implement, God gives opportunity to every life. We got all type of situation where somebody die, you get accident, and all these things. That is to give you the essence that everything can happen at any time. You have to accept and surrender to the divine will, and then only you can control, you can act properly on that situation. Otherwise, you also get feared and you need help of somebody to take care of yourself.
Therefore, this journey is very, very important. Thank you, Administrator. Yes. Last question, I think today for Satish. Last question because it's 8:55. Last Satish. Yes, Satish.
Yeah, thank you very much. What a coincidence that for the past 3 days, this question has become very rooted in me. It's a deeply a personal question. I don't know where it came and how it came. It's not a theoretical question. It's as if I'm standing in front of a cobra, and if I move, it's going to bite me, and if I don't move, then I don't know. Likewise, I have this question, and I'm really right now also I'm standing in front of it, and here is what's happening within the last 3 days. Actually, when I'm standing with that fear, there is some profound understanding is just keep coming, saying, look, buddy, this death of your physical body is not the death we are asking. That is not the question for you. I mean, this is inside what's coming to me, is that it's saying, look, the death of this physical body is straightforward. It doesn't mean the death of you. You will come back based on your karma and all of that. But the real question it's asking is, it's saying, look, you existed even before this body, and this body dies, and what is that which never dies? And you don't even know that. I mean, it is all to me. I'm just a self-reflection I'm using. When I say you, it is just saying to me, is you don't even know what you're talking as death. And now delve deep into death, live with the death now, and try to die every moment, to all your attachment, to all your thoughts. Die now. Only in this death you can understand the death, and then you can life can begin. So it is really a work in progress, and I know I'm just saying whatever it's going on, uh, but the message to me is that now face the death right now while you are alive. Don't wait for your body to die. That's not even
Okay.
death. So
Okay.
that's
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you, Satish. Thank you for the last. That was Satish giving his feedback. My dear friend, let us now close for the next 3-4 minutes. Today, I was wondering, what is this? What is this non-spiritual topic? The fear of death and disaster. Little did I realize how profound and how important it is. Every human being, every human being has a fear of death and disaster. Every normal human being. If he's mentally is not sound, then okay. But what are we talking about spirituality? A fear of death. Who is going to die? We are aware the body will die, which means that whether you are Nichani or Chotwani or Melwani or anybody, ultimately the physical body eventually has to die. But what is the point of worrying about it? Whether you die tomorrow or next month or next year or 10 years later or 20 years later or 40 years later or 50 years later, how does it matter? Who controls it? Who controls death? Not you and not me. You and me don't control it. There's a power. And this power controls death. And we have no clue. We have no clue when it is going to come. So what option we have? Option 1, to fear death. And option 2, to accept it. If you accept it, then you are free from the fear. Look how funny it is. If you fear it, you don't accept it. If you accept it, you don't fear it. So in one flash of a moment, if you learn to accept, saying, death, whenever you come, I am ready. Now comes to disaster. What is disaster? Disaster is nothing but karma. Karma is unfolding. Nobody in this world can stop the karma from unfolding. Whatever will be, will be. Whatever has happened, it's already happened. There's no sense in you worrying about what is already. Disaster is not the past. Disaster is more to do with the future. So you are worried. Kal kya hoga? What will happen tomorrow? What is the point? I'm asking you, can you stop it? Suppose tomorrow somebody's house is going to catch fire. Can anybody stop it? Somebody is going to get a disease. Can you stop it? Somebody is going to have an accident. Can you stop it? But you can accept it. You can accept the divine will. You can live in consciousness. You can live in that complete surrender with that approach that, oh Lord, whatever is thy will, let it be. I will joyously accept it. I'm not going to protest. I'm not going to question. Like I think Ahemsip said, the beautiful words, तुम ही सब कुछ जानत प्रीतम, तेरी इच्छा पूरत हो, दुख में सुख में मेरे प्रीतम, तेरी इच्छा पूरत हो. If only we are able to live in this divine consciousness, if only we are able to live in complete surrender, If only we realize that I am nothing, I am a part of Prabhu. Therefore, some of the songs are very important. मैं क्या हूँ कुछ भी नहीं, सब कुछ तुम ही हो प्रभु, तुम बिन मैं क्या कुछ भी ना. What are we? We are nothing but a tiny speck of divine energy appearing in this body. If we live with this consciousness, moment by moment by moment, life will be peaceful and life will be blissful. Kabul, 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 Kabul. This should be the word. I accept, I accept, I surrender, I surrender. With folded hands, I bow down to you.